It's called Sex Panther by Odeon. It's illegal in 9 countries. Yep, it's made with bits of real panther, so you know it's good.
Ladies and gentlemen, while shopping at my local Asda superstore today, I decided to pick up this from Old Spice. Isn't it nice? But I think they missed a trick here because you could have gone for Old Spice Sex Panther because that has such a lovely exotic ring to it. Speaking of exotic, what do you smell like, my lovely? Ooh, I say, I think I'm about to turn myself on. What do you think the neighbors will think?
What would you little maniacs like to do first?
Trick or treat, bitches, with Kung Fu Hot Dog.
Let's check out some old ghost stories from downtown America. And I'm not going to go through all of these, but some of these kind of scared a bit Jesus out of me. So the Cecil Hotel, as we say in England, because you Americans like to call it Cecil for some very strange, bizarre reason. If you're ever visiting Los Angeles, stay away from the Stay on Main Hotel. Why? It has one of the most gruesome histories of all LA, or Hell A. Originally named the Cecil Hotel, the establishment has been home to 2 serial killers. What the F? Richard Ramirez. Oh yeah, the Night Stalker dude. Yeah, if you think about that guy, and if you saw that Netflix documentary, he's kind of the precursor to social media hysteria. Honestly, I mean, I thought the dude would be ugly, but even I sat there thinking, oh my god, this guy's actually quite a good looking dude, which kind of added to the whole macabre nature of what he did. It's just pretty terrible. I mean, oddly enough, he actually destroyed 13 people. So say what you like about that number, Friday the 13th. I'm not sure if all the crimes are committed on a Friday, but the man certainly had his routine. And if you see drool coming from my mouth, it's this stuff right here, which I use to hold my teeth in place. Don't you agree, my dear? Oh, hello. Oh, God, Ingrid Pitt. Oh, one of the greatest female vampires of all time. And I'll suck your blood later on, my darling. And in return, you can suck mine and the blood. Anyway, back to the Cecil Hotel. But the event that caused the Cecil to be renamed Stay on Main happened more recently. What? With the passing of El Salam. One day in 2013, guests started complaining about the water pressure, and upon investigation, they found a body inside the water tank. Bloody hell, on the roof. Are you kidding me? Security footage was eventually released, just showing Lam the night she disappeared, and it's one of the creepiest videos you'll ever see. For some reason, the elevator won't close for her, and she seems to be talking to someone who just isn't there. The circumstances surrounding her passing have never been confirmed. A bit like Mama Cass from the Mamas and Papas. Everybody said, including Austin Powers, she died on a ham sandwich, but a coroner's report stated that she had an enlarged heart. I guess the mystery thickens on that one. California dreaming, California, la 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 la. I don't know about you, but I'm rather intrigued by this revelation. Shall we take a look-see? Oh God. Any elevator music? There is Miss Lamb. And what button is she pressing, I wonder? Floor 13? Maybe not. That is so weird. I've been in elevators before where they do this. Yes, even though I'm a fanged tooth creature of the night, even I am getting the heebie-jeebies watching this footage. What on earth? come back in, please. But please walk back in. This is so bizarre. No way. So as soon as she steps out of the elevator, the doors close. What happens when she steps back in again? That is... Whoa. Whoa. Now, you know I mentioned about they found her body in a water tank? This comment here really shocked the hell out of me. The fact that people were drinking water that contained fragments of Ms. Lamb's body is just scary. 309 replies. What? That's disturbing. I know. She was found in the water tank, in the water, in the hotel they've been drinking was bloody and just disgusting. And what's even worse, nobody has come forward with any new clues. This is an X-Files case all over, folks. And guess what? We'll just never know the sad truth of the demise of Miss Elsa Lam.
Jason King's birthday on October 7th. Please kick him in the nuts.
The Black Dahlia. It was the death that shocked the world. In 1947, the body of Elizabeth Short was found in a vacant lot at 3800 Norton Avenue. The circumstances in which she was found are gruesome. She was, well, drained of... What? She was drained of blood? Oh, good grief. Wow, I can't actually read the rest of this in case I get demonetized, but you can see for yourself right here. This, oh gosh, she had the Glaswegian smile. Good grief. So forget about the Colombian necktie. I think the Glasgow smile, which is what Heath Ledger had for the Joker in The Dark Knight, is, yeah, and by the way, I have to do a video about that very shortly. So it's remain. Oh gosh, wow! Man, this is this proves I have just started to cold read this excerpt because, oh wow, someone certainly had it in for poor Miss Short. What has given this case such notoriety is that it still remains unsolved, and some of the ideas surrounding what actually happened to the Black Dahlia include more supernatural elements. When I read a description about how poor Miss Short was soon to be demised from this earth, I've got Jack the Ripper vibes here. Honestly, I do. So, holy hell, man. That is genuinely creeps me out. James Dean's cursed car. One of Hollywood's most enduring urban legends revolves around James Dean and that cursed car of his. After it was towed to the repair shop, the car somehow slipped from a trailer it was on and crushed a mechanic's leg. This sounds like something from Stephen King's Christine, which was made into a rather good film from John Carpenter back in 1984. While they were racing each other using the car parts of the car, one of the mechanics hit a tree and passed, while the other mechanic was hurt when his car locked up and rolled out. The thing you don't know about the ill-fated ride that James Dean took in his car, I think it was a Cobra Spider, was that the fact that he called it a little bastard before he stepped into the driver's seat. Think of that what you will. The car mysteriously disappeared after that and hasn't been seen since. Are you sleeping comfortably now? Paul Byrne's house. Sharon Tate, the lovely starlet herself, who was played by Margot Robbie in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, would later become infamous for being a victim of that crazy cult known as the Charlie Manson gang. But in 1966, she had a ghostly encounter that many believe was a premonition for her own grisly fate. She was staying at a house that once belonged to Paul Byrne, a writer and director from the 1920s, who was found with a wound to his head. The circumstances surrounding his passing can only be described as mysterious, which unsurprisingly may have led to some ghostly activity. Tate reported seeing not only the ghost of Paul Byrne walking around at night, but also a figure at the bottom of the staircase with their throat cut. Good grief. Now, was Sharon Tate on drugs? Possibly, but she seemed like a very sweet-natured, innocent lady enjoying the throes and the elegance and the trappings of Hollywood. So maybe she was just on very good spirits, no pun intended, and she perhaps saw what she thought she wanted to see with the advent of the internet. Ladies and gentlemen, I do believe that ghosts do not exist because the internet has taken care of that, just like UFOs don't exist in the sky, but they fly you by, and you might just think it's another experimental NASA aircraft. But poor Miss Tate, she had so much going for her, and then that awful event happened in 1969. The Queen Mary, what about this ship? Aboard the Queen Mary, ghostly events transpire. Spirits have been spotted in the gigantic ship's engine room, in the first-class swimming pool, the second-class swimming pool. Ghosts really love pools, apparently. Pools of blood in my case. The Queen's salon, some first-class staterooms, and a third-class children's playground, or playroom, I should say. These spirits mostly include older people, and in 1930s attire. Sounds like my kind of guys and girls. But there have been reports of a young girl with a teddy bear and the sound of a baby crying with seemingly no source. Time to poop your pants? You better do it right now. There are some spots on this earth that are just too odd. A section of land in Beverly Hills has become so notorious for accidents that many have started to call it the Beverly Hills Bermuda Triangle. On this tiny patch of land, Howard Hughes crashed his plane, but that man was 3 short of a 6-pack, so I'm not really surprised, are you? Bugsy Siegel's life was taken. Oh, yikes. The rock duo Jan Berry of Jan and Dean, oh, that's Pearl and Dean, was almost ended in a bizarre incident with a car, and a Hollywood hooker, publicist, named Ronnie Chasen was shot in her car. Many other odd tales have turned this intersection into one that should be avoided at all costs. And now, my groovy ghoulies, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if I were you, and you were me, you better come back for the next statastic video from yours truly.
They've done studies, 60% of the time, it works every time. That doesn't make sense.